I don't really like Cyberpunk that much. So, Cyberpunk 2077 is perhaps one of, if not the most anticipated game of all time. It's reached hype levels that surpass some of the most hyped games ever, like GTA or Red Dead Redemption 2. But it isn't great in my opinion. Now why do I think that? Well, there's a multitude of reasons, and not many of them have to do with the bugs. Sure, this game is buggy and janky as hell. Everyone knows that. Characters run through walls, multiple dialogues playing at once, and cars flying into the stratosphere out of nowhere are just a few examples. But I have a very high tolerance for things like that. What I don't have as much of a high tolerance for is frame rate. I play on PC with a GTX 1070 that it can run this bad boy at 1080p about 45-50 FPS on a good day. So the performance isn't that great either. But I can look past that to an extent, even if it is annoying. But what I really don't dig is the actual game part itself. I know this is a pretty controversial opinion, and some people may think I'm really stupid, but I think the main story and the main quest of Cyberpunk is pretty confusing and pretty hard to follow. I say this because every 5 goddamn minutes I'm bombarded with a million more side quests to do when I just want to focus on one thing at a time. Now, you may just be thinking, duh, you stupid idiot, this is an RPG, that's what you signed up for. Have you ever played an RPG before? Well, the answer is yes. Yes, I have. The Fallout and Elder Scrolls games are some of my favorite games ever for some reason. I can't really tell you why, but those games are huge, expansive RPGs with a billion side quests to do, and I still enjoyed them nonetheless. I don't know. I think just at some points, the main quest is really interesting. Characters like Johnny Silverhand are pretty big standouts, but even at times, I feel Keanu Reeves just feels like he's phoning it in. Maybe that's just because, in general, I don't think Keanu Reeves is the best actor in the world, and that doesn't change here, I guess, but I don't know. It might just be my stupid goblin brain that doesn't work anymore and I can't take in basic information, which leads me to be confused and constantly think to myself, wait, who's that? Why am I doing this? What was their name again? What? You know, those types of questions. I feel like this might honestly just be a me problem. It probably is, but I'd be really interested to know if anybody else has any similar observations. I do have to praise some of the side quests, however, give credit where credit's due. Some of them can be super interesting and way more compelling than the main narrative, in my opinion. Shout out to the things like the Pan Am quest, you know what I'm talking about. The gameplay is also just not good. Maybe this is the constant 45 frames a second speaking to me, but man, does this game feel clunky and slow to play. The guns feel heavy and weird, though they do give off a certain oomph to them, which makes them sound and look really cool, but they don't feel powerful enough, in my opinion. Granted, I'm going to be completely transparent, I only have about 25 hours or so in the game, so maybe I just haven't gotten to the quote-unquote good stuff yet. But even in RPGs, it shouldn't take me that long just to have some fun. Now, have you ever driven a car in an absolute torrential downpour and the car is also flying just out of nowhere? Well, that's what it's like to drive a car in Cyberpunk 2077. The driving systems in this game are so fucking bad. Every car I get into feels extremely floaty and weird. I'm sure a big influence on this is because I've played this game exclusively with a mouse and keyboard. But come on, driving in GTA Online with a mouse and keyboard feels way better than this. And that game came out like a million years ago, and the driving in that game still isn't that great to begin with. There's also like no sounds when driving either. I can be driving a million miles an hour down the side of a road, hit like 4 pedestrians, a lamppost, a wall, and hear absolutely nothing. But if I do hear something, it'll be extremely delayed. So okay, maybe there are a few bugs in this game that bother me a little more than usual. But sound effects? Come on, CD Projekt, how hard can that be? Okay, now that I think about it, probably very hard. Video game development is very hard to do. Sorry for pissing you. Oh, and don't even get me started on the absolute brain-dead AI. Oh my god, does the AI suck in this game. Want to try and do something stealthy? Good fucking luck. You can be completely hidden behind an entire wall, and some AI guy will see you from the eye he apparently had on his ear. This wouldn't normally be too big of a problem if you could just take the guy out and be on with your stealth sequence, but no. Once one single person sees you, everyone and their fucking grandma knows where you are, and stealth is no longer an option. And it's so easy to get that one person to see you. One of my biggest problems with this game is the stupid double tap WASD to dodge, because I do that way too often on accident and get spotted all the time. And I looked in the options, there's no way to change it. So, once you inevitably botch stealth, now it's on to shooting your same underpowered guns at these guys over and over again, waiting for them to just die. But they never do, because pretty much every enemy in this game is a goddamn bullet sponge. Want to upgrade your guns and abilities to make these guys a bit easier to kill? Yeah, you can do that. But the skill trees and gun crafting systems are just uninteresting and plain boring to me. The skill trees do have some interesting and cool abilities you can unlock, but a lot of it is reduced to stat increases, which isn't something I'm too particularly interested in. And the gun upgrade system is fine and all, but why would I upgrade my gun when I could find a better one with higher stats in like 5 minutes? That's always been a problem I've had with RPGs, but it's still in this game nonetheless. Maybe I'm just an idiot who doesn't like role-playing games anymore, I don't know, but this game seems to have pretty much all the same problems I had with The Witcher 3. The gameplay was meh at best. There was always way too much going on for my dumb gamer brain to follow. It's just a generally very hard time for me to go through and enjoy. I don't dislike all of this game. That's far from the truth. There are plenty of parts I really enjoy, like the previously stated side quests. Some of the hacking abilities are really cool, and the world is phenomenal and probably the main reason I'm going to keep playing this game. But things like the main quests, and more importantly, gameplay and gameplay systems really weigh this game down for me. I don't know. That's just one man's opinion. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, but anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll hopefully see you around soon if you didn't stop watching this video after the first minute, but anyway, thank you so much, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.